Muhammadu Buhari's story is one of iron discipline, hope, and contradiction. Born on December 17, 1942, in Daura, now Katsina State, he was the 23rd child of his father. From humble beginnings in Quranic and middle schools, he joined the Nigerian army in 1961. He trained in Kaduna, the UK, and the US Army War College, rising fast. By the Nigerian Civil War, he'd built a reputation for being tough, uncompromising, and strictly disciplined. Fast forward to December 31, 1983. As the general officer commanding the 3rd Armored Division, Buhari led a military coup that ousted President Shehu Shagari. As military head of state, he imposed the infamous war against indiscipline. That meant strict rules on punctuality, queuing, even frog jumps for being late. Thousands were imprisoned for corruption, the media was muzzled, and in a move ripped straight from a spy thriller, his regime attempted to kidnap exiled minister Umaru Diko in London. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka described the era as sadistic, a true humiliation for the Nigerian people. But power is never permanent. In August 1985, Buhari was overthrown by Ibrahim Babangida, accused of economic mismanagement and ruling with an iron fist. He spent 3 years in prison in Benin City, then largely faded from view. That could have been the end of his story, but when democracy returned in 1999, Buhari re-emerged, running for president in 2003, 2007, and 2011. Each time, he lost. But persistence paid off. Finally, in 2015, he won on the back of his anti-corruption crusader image, wielding a broom as a symbol of his promise to sweep away graft. And the expectations were sky high. He declared an all-out war on corruption, winning international applause. But critics quickly noticed a pattern. Prosecution was often selective, targeting opponents, not the system itself. Meanwhile, security unraveled. Buhari claimed to have defeated Boko Haram, yet violence escalated. Over 35,000 killed and 2 million displaced. A new menace, ISWAP, grew stronger. Kidnappings became common and Fulani herder farmer clashes intensified, with little effective response from his government. The economic picture didn't help. Nigeria slipped into 2 recessions in 2016 and 2020. Inflation soared, unemployment hovered near 20%, and poverty spread wider than ever. Then came 2020's Hang End SARS protests, a nationwide outcry against police brutality. The government's response was harsh. Soldiers shot and killed at least 12 protesters in Lagos. The backlash was ignored at first, then Twitter was banned for 7 months after one of Buhari's tweets was removed. More journalists and activists were arrested, and critics said Buhari's converted Democrat image was just a mask for lingering authoritarianism. Inside the administration, things often moved slowly. Buhari delayed naming his cabinet by 6 months, took frequent and lengthy medical leaves abroad, and trusted decisions only to a tight inner circle. The result? A government seen as distant and indecisive even by supporters. In 2023, constitution barred from seeking a 3rd term, Buhari stepped aside for Bola Tinubu. On July 13, 2025, he died in London at age 82 after a long illness. His funeral in northern Nigeria drew regional leaders and thousands of mourners. His legacy is polarizing. Supporters see a disciplined, incorruptible leader who dared to take on Nigeria's entrenched corruption. Detractors see an authoritarian who presided over economic decline, persistent insecurity, and democratic backsliding. Let's sum it up. As a military ruler, Buhari restored order, but abused rights and suppressed the press. As a persistent candidate, he won trust and made history as an opposition victor, but fell short of promised reforms. As president, he set new precedents, yet left behind economic woes, insecurity, and civil unrest. At the end of the day, Muhammadu Buhari's life is a study in contradiction. a man who inspired hope and debate in equal measure. His passing closes a contentious chapter, but debates over his impact and legacy are far from over.